Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a review of a science fiction thriller made in the United States, English language, releasing in 2013, directed by James Ward Beckett, and this movie is called Coherence. So the story to Coherence, there are a group of adult friends who are going to have a dinner party. So they all arrive to the house, and the reason why they're having this dinner party is to celebrate this comet that is passing the Earth. So they're waiting for this comet to pass, and then all of a sudden the lights go out and they realise that their mobile phone screens have cracked. So there's no signal, they can't go on the internet, and nothing is happening. So they're a little bit weirded out by this, and it turns out that one of the guests, his brother, had said to him that if anything weird happens this evening, please contact him. So with no way to contact his brother, he decides to go down the street. Now down the street, a few blocks away, is a house with its lights still on. And this is very odd because all the other houses don't have power. So this guy says that I'll go to this house, I'll contact my brother, and then I'll come straight back. So they leave, this guy and a friend of his, they leave. And then they come back and they say that some really weird things are happening. Now, I'm not going to give anything away because it's a very easy film to spoil, but I will say that they're absolutely gobsmacked with what is going on. It has something to do with this comet, and things are going very bad, and all of a sudden they have to find a way to basically keep inside this house and keep together. And as I said, it may seem like a very strange synopsis, but if I'm going to allow you to enjoy the film as much as I did, then I'm going to have to give you a very vague description. So what happens from that point on, something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I am going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Coherence. I really like this movie. Now there are problems with the movie, but to start off with, it is a mind bender. It is a movie that will make you think about unlimited possibilities. It is a time travel type of film. So if you like movies like Looper, if you like Time Crimes, all those movies that have continuous sort of possibilities, and it makes you discuss the film, then Coherence is definitely a movie that you're going to enjoy. I thought the impact of the film was it was very hard hitting. I think that the way the movie starts, it starts off as a normal type of movie, and then when the comet passes, all of a sudden things get very creepy. When the lights go out, when the mobile phone screens crack, everything is happening all at once, and you think to yourself, does it have something to do with this comet, or is it something else? And then all of a sudden, when they realise this house down the street has its lights on still, you get the strong sense that, okay, something really isn't right here. And when they go and when they come back, that is when the film really gets going. And a lot of truths come out, a lot of problems come out, and the movie it snowballs to something really, really big. And as I said, if you're complaining, if you're thinking to yourself, I gave a very vague and very confusing synopsis, I am sorry, but I'm just trying to limit the possibilities of spoiling this experience for you, because it's an experience that it doesn't come along a hell of a lot. As I said, that continuous possibility of if this happened, then this would happen, if this happened, then that would happen, and if that happened, that would happen, and you're just constantly thinking about it. And that's why I love movies like this, like Looper, Time Crimes. All those movies are Triangle as well, where you think to yourself, if this character did this, then it would have repercussions because this would happen, and then this would happen, and then this would happen. And you're constantly thinking about it, and that's what I enjoy. And that not a lot of films can actually do it, because it feels like it's a very ambitious sort of idea that these movies have, and not a lot of movies can really cap it off. I thought Time Crimes, a Spanish film, does it perfectly. That was very, very simplistic, and it was very easy for the director to allow it to continue, if that makes sense. But with Coherence, I will say that although it does have a lot of interesting value to it, I will say that my only problem with Coherence is that right at the end, it ties up the loose ends to some extent, where you're not thinking about the endless possibilities as much, and that kind of ruins the experience, because the majority of Coherence was really well done. As I said, that level of ambiguity was always there. And then at the end, they kind of feel like they have to explain it a little bit, and then it kind of takes the fun out of the film. And that's why I said that that's why I would say that although I really like Coherence, I didn't like it as much as other films of a similar nature, because those other films leave the door open at the end. You draw your own conclusions and you're just constantly thinking about it, whereas in Coherence, the movie, it's a little bit of a cop-out ending. I think a lot of people have said that on IMDb too, that the ending is a little bit of a cop-out, it's a cheap trick, it's a little bit lazy, and it doesn't really go with what the film has going for it. It's a simplistic enough approach, but I really like the idea of the story, and I love the idea of that overwhelming sense of suspense. There's no violence in the film, so if you're a gorehound, stay away from Coherence. But if you want something that will make you think that is a very intelligent film, but it's extremely mind-bending, then definitely go out there and give Coherence a go, because it does have a lot of likability to it. As I said, the ending kind of lets it down because it doesn't close all the doors, but it does close a lot of the doors to the possibilities of the outcome of the certain situation, if you know what I mean. So for these films to really work, I think it just has to have endless possibilities, whereas Coherence has limited possibilities. So that's what I didn't like about it. I thought the acting is very good. The script is improvised, I think. It actually felt like these people weren't reading from a script. I reviewed a film not long ago, Digging Up the Marrow, which is a movie that I felt was improvised. It didn't feel like these were robotics sort of reading from a script. It actually felt like this was everyday conversation, and so it's a conversation that I would have with someone, or you would have with your family or someone. So it actually feels like realistic dialogue, which is something I really enjoyed. I love the acting. I thought it was very authentic. There weren't really any unlikable characters. I thought there were some characters that had hidden secrets, and the way that these people deal with their problems comes back to bite them because of the situation they're in. Now, once again, that is very vague, but I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but when you actually see the film, you will know what I mean. They try and combat something, but then because of what they've done in the past has come back, and it's just all very complicated, but it's a very rewarding experience. It doesn't try to get too ambitious, so you're never really lost, but you're constantly thinking about it, which is something that I was expecting from Coherence, and it's something that I got. So I really like this film. It does have its problems, but overall, it's a very enjoyable experience, and it's one that I am going to give 4 stars to. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.